Hello, my name is Okasa and I'm a constant stream of consciousness, and today we will be discussing Avatar the Last Airbender. So this is something that I posted before, like a year or two ago, where I wanted to give magazine horoscope type energy, where I was like, this sign is designated with this personality trait. But in this case, I was talking about Avatar the Last Airbender sub-bending types, because in Avatar the Last Airbender, there are the four elements: water, earth, fire, air, and in astrology, we have the same elements. So I thought it'd be fun to designate all the astrological signs with sub-bending types. But then I hit a pet peeve because people were commenting about their sun sign. And I was just like, no, it should be your Mars sign, because your Mars sign is your planet of action, and a type of action is fighting. So your fighting style would be in your Mars sign. But also comment down below if you agree with my designations. So first, water. So for water bending, I think I have like 3 distinctive sub-bending types, but technically there's an argument for 2 being the same thing. The first one being, I think Cancer would be designated with healing sub-bending. We see it a couple of times in the show. We see Katara use it on Aang, but we also saw it in the Northern Water Tribes, because they wouldn't let the girls learn combative water bending, but they would teach them how to do healing. I also forgot to mention that Cancer is considered the worst placement Mars can be in, so they would be the worst fighter, meaning they would most likely get designated as a healer. The reason why I designate Cancer with healing bending is because Cancer is the sign of emotion and the home. Now, technically, water, the element is an emotional element. That is the emotion element. But Cancer specifically is the sign of emotion because it's directly ruled by the moon. And when I think of Cancer, I think of self-care. And I do think that healing is a form of self-care, and also emotionally, like going to therapy, going to spa trips, like just getting to sit with yourself and rest. That is very Cancer energy. Is cancerol a word? Cancer energy? Yeah. But then next, and this is where I'm just like, I think there are 2 distinct types of bending, but there is an argument that they're the same thing. I would say Scorpio is blood bending. Now, I've heard that healing bending is a form of blood bending because you literally draw the healing property, like you literally draw blood, which literally transfers all the nutrition to heal the body, right? You pull that blood into the body part that is needing of help, and then it heals it, and then you get all, like you just mediate. Pretty much blood bending, or like healing bending, is the mediation of like healing blood cells. I've heard an argument about that, but I'm going to treat blood bending and healing bending as 2 different things, because they are low-key 2 different things. Because I don't think healing benders can contort your body to do whatever. But specifically why I think Scorpio is a blood bender, because Scorpio has a spooky energy. Like in general, we think of dark gothic imagery when we think of Scorpio. But also because Mars is at home with Scorpio, meaning that is one of the best placements that you can have, technically, like one of the healthiest or like beneficial placements you can have is Mars in Scorpio. And blood bending is like one of the big gun types of bending. It's a very powerful bending type to have. I also forgot to mention that Scorpio has connections to intimacy because of their connections to sex and death. And to me, blood is a very intimate element of life. But then I had another one, the color red. I've made a lot of videos about the color red. I don't know why. I think it's like a passion. It's not even my favorite color, but the color red is symbolically fire and blood. And I talked about how Mars is the red planet and how it rules Aries, and Aries is a fire sign. And then when I got to Scorpio, I was like, oh, well, Scorpio is a water sign, but blood is like red water. Yeah, so like Scorpio is like, no matter what, Scorpio will be bloodbending. And you can give an academic argument about why you believe Scorpio would be another sign, but I personally do believe Scorpio is bloodbending. But then last, I think Pisces is fog bending, which doesn't seem like a real bending type, but we did see it. We've seen it actually twice. We saw it in the episode about the swamp, and then we also saw it when Katara was playing dress up as a goddess. So I think I wanted to make it swamp bending, but I don't think I'm gonna make it swamp bending. Pisces is connected to dreams and illusions. Dreams and illusion, it is connected to the Moon Tarot card, which is a card that means you're being delusional, or everything that you're fearing is not real. You just need to shed some light on it, and then you realize that it's not real. So like Pisces has connections to like hypnosis, delusions, dreams, sort of like playing mind tricks, lies. And I do think in the episode about the swamp, the fog in general was making people see things, but then also it was also Pisces has connections to like invisible string theory, just like the ethereal connection that we all have, because in that swamp they literally found Toph, or like there was literally a ghost, like there was like a fragment of Toph, which was like one of the first times we ever see Toph, and then we find out about Toph, but we've never seen Toph before, or like those kids had never seen Toph before, but that was literally Toph in the swamp. And then also dead girlfriend, that's rough, buddy. In general, like the swamp is very foggy, and then there were waterbenders in the swamp, and like I have a theory of like how they may have gotten there, like migration wise, because there's like the northern water village, there's the southern water village, and then there's the swamp. So obviously there's some level of migration that has happened when it comes to waterbenders. Also, the second time we had seen fog bending was when Katara was playing dress up as the goddess, and she literally was playing with the fog, and she was wearing the paint, and she was technically lying. She was playing with illusions. She was mystifying herself so that she could play a role, but it wasn't real. But then the lady did show up later. Fog bending. I almost made it swamp bending, but I was like, no. So then the next one, Earth. So for Earth, I technically have one that is not a bending type, but you're not gonna, okay, whatever. So for Taurus, I think that they should be crystal bending, which I don't think is a subtype, but technically the fact that Aang couldn't do it, but Bumi could, means that Bumi has specialized in that type of bending. And the reason why I say Taurus would be crystal bending is because Taurus has connections to Venus and the finer things in life, wealth and luxury. And crystals are beautiful and wearable, and it's jewelry and it's leisure and expensive. But then also, because at the end of the episode, you could literally eat the crystal, and stereotypically Tauruses are known to have like the best sense of taste. So I'm like, oh yeah, and especially since like I feel like food is also part of like love, like the Venetian like love and pleasure, like eating good food, eating quality good food. Also like it's sweets, it's candies, it's like leisure, it is luxury. Like sometimes we really do forget like spice, like sugar used to be a spice, sugar used to be a luxury. And when you think like sugar crystals, but like, oh, sugar crystals. Yeah, Taurus is crystal bending. And then this is the one that is technically not a bending type, but okay, whatever. I think Virgo is like seismic sense because Virgos are meticulous. That's actually the only reason why I have that. Oops. I feel like it makes sense. Like for the most part, Virgos are known for being meticulous. So I'm back to tell you another thing that I missed, but Virgo is also associated with the Hermit Tarot card, which is a card of introspection. If you think there's a bending style that would better fit Virgo, you can list it down below, because I would love to hear it. But for me, I'm like, oh yeah, Virgo is seismic sense because they're meticulous. And there's like a level of meditation and analytical energy that you have to be able to detect what that rhythm really means. And then I think Capricorn is metal bending because Capricorn is known for being strict, and I think metal is a very strict, like a strict thing. But then also like its connections to Saturn and how it's like lessons learned. Saturn is like a placement of challenges, and it's like you have to be disciplined. There's a level of discipline that you have to be able to metal bend. So in a lot of ways I'm like, oh, Capricorn is definitely connected to metal bending. But actually there was another thing that I'm just like, oh, Capricorn is like a metal element, but I can't remember why. I think it has to do with the Gilded Age. But there was another thing that I've heard about Capricorn. I'm like, you have connections to metal, like specifically metal, but I can't remember why. But because that it's like, it's strict, it needs discipline, and like you challenges. And it took Toph going, there's no other way out. If you want to get out, I'm just gonna have to like buckle down and figure this out. Toph is so cool. I love her down. I do. Like she's like, I could feel it. There's earth in this. Next.
Fire.
Okay, fire is the one that I'm the most confident about. I don't feel like anyone could disagree with me. So the first one, Aries. Oh, Mars is at home in Aries. So this is one of those that is like, oh, like this is going to be hard to combat. Aries is combustion. And the reason why I say Aries is combustion, one, in astrological body chart, the head is designated to Aries, and most of the combustion benders that I've seen in the series, they had it come from their head and they would go boom, boom. Yeah, but then also Aries like stereotypically have like explosive personalities. So in a lot of ways, I'm just like combustion, boom. Next, I think Leo is dragon flame bending. Whatever dragon flame bending really means, I just think of it as rainbow fire. But the reason why I think it's rainbow fire is because Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is our source of light, and light is where we get all our colors from when they fragment into different things. I also say this because Leo rules the house of creativity. I really actually don't understand the 5th house, but that's what I've been told. When I think of creativity, I do think of colors. And especially since the 5th house also has connections to like childlike, wonderful. I don't understand the 5th house. Like I'm hearing it, but it hasn't really clicked for me because it has connections to childlike wonder. I think about elementary school and how like part of our learning is just like sitting down and coloring, because it like hand-eye coordination, like learning how to move your hands. That's why they make us color all the time, but like they teach you all these different colors. They teach you all like the fundamental stuff, but it's a very colorful life children live in. Fire in general is the light source, but like the sun is source of all. And then last, I think Sagittarius is lightning bending because Sagittarius is a very learned sign. It's the sign of higher learning and philosophy. And the first person to lightning bend in the series is Uncle Iroh, and he learned how to lightning bend by watching waterbenders. And this is where I want to like talk about how I do think that there's like a connection between like Scorpio and Sagittarius, and that's a water sign and a fire sign, and they're like almost mirrors of each other, but like their energy is almost the same thing, but it isn't. I explained it in my video about Sagittarius being a surgeon, but also because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which its Greek equivalent is Zeus, and Zeus is lightning bolts. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, fire sign, I'm confident. I'm so confident. Okay, technically the Leo one isn't the most confident, but I'm right. Okay, last but not least, air. So this is the one that I'm least confident in. And you know, I could just blame it on the fact that like these are fluid elements. The lines will blur, it's a fluid. Same about the water signs. Okay, so for Gemini, I think that they should be flight because of their connection to Mercury. Mercury is equivalent to Hermes, and that is a messenger god, and he often gets connected to speed. And I just feel like flight would have like an energy of speed. And I should have mentioned that Mercury, the metal, is also known as quicksilver. And for Libra, I said weather bending. When I said it, I was more so like thinking of like tornadoes and stuff, but it's more so because like climate and weather, there's a balance to it. There's a give and take. If one thing happens, then the next thing's gonna happen. And with Libra, it's the scales. So there's like a level of balance that you have to have, understanding the give or take of each situation. Because if you have a hot summer, you're gonna have a cold winter, you know? If you live not up and down the scales, teeter-tottering the scales, and it's just like moderate, then we have like a normal life. And that's why when we went through that ghetto winter this winter, I already know this summer is about to be shit. I do. But it's okay, because it's been raining recently. So that might actually be able to tip the scale where I'm not boiling hot. But apparently it's like 130 degrees in India right now. Oh. In general, like climate change, like the planet's homeostasis is so off. But yeah, I think of like balance with Libra, so I think of weather bending. So that could mean tornadoes, that could mean bringing the rain clouds, which Aang has done. He has moved clouds around, and I didn't think that had anything to do with the water. It was the air. And last, I think Aquarius is astral bending. I thought that was something only the Avatar could do, but they're acting like that's something all the air nomads can do if they study long enough. The reason why I gave them astral is because its ruling planet Aquarius has connections to electricity, and I have a theory about like the nervous system, or like our spirit has the root word spirit, which means air. So like spirit, inspiration, and there's another one, respiration. If you ever hear like spirit in a word, that root word has to do with like air or like breath. I think the spirit resides in your nervous system. The nervous system is just a bunch of neurons, like electrical circuits going up and down your body. I think when people go brain dead, that means the spirit has vacated the body. So in a lot of ways, when I think of like astral projection, I'm just like, oh, it's like your spirit is like levitating or leaving the body, like astral bending, apparently playing with like the spirit within your body. And this is the reason why I'm not that confident in the air. Technically, back to Gemini and the flight bending, technically in the show, to be able to do flight, you have to relinquish yourself from any earthly possession or love. So like you don't care about anything else. There's nothing tethering you to the ground, nothing keeping you grounded. And Aquarius has a stereotype of being very detached. So like often there's like a disconnect with other people because of, I'm going to say, their big brain deadness. That's not a word for real, but that is why there's a part of me that's just like, maybe Aquarius would be flight. But no, I'm gonna give them astral, because who else would get astral? So yeah, that's my video on subbending. Do you agree with me? Is there another subbending type that I missed? But also, if you're a cusping sign, what do you think your subbending type would be? Because I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, if you like cusp fire and earth in your Mars, then you're a lava bender. If you cusp air and water, you could potentially argue fog. What about water and fire? I don't know. You tell me. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And share with someone who is interested in Avatar the Last Airbender, and I guess their subbending, and then also astrology and Mars signs. Thank you. Bye.